David, you mentioned that Paul Skeens was dealing. He and the Pirates were hosting the Diamondbacks. Skeens looking for back-to-back wins for the first time this season, and he had to get through some jams in order to do so. Got James McCann on a change-up to get 2 outs, and the next batter pops up. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa pops it up to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa to make that catch. He gets out of that jam early. No runs allowed through 2 innings. Top of the 4th, he gets to rolling. James McCann, how's that sweeper look? And that's a change piece that gets Thomas up out of there. Skeens with a shutout through 4. Top 6 now, it's Eugenio Suarez. You are not immune to it either. 6 innings, 3 hits, 9 fans, a 1.89 ERA for Skeens through 45 career games. Now, the run support was the question, and O'Neal Cruz had the answer. Bottom of the 2nd, it's Cruz on first with Tommy Pham up to bat, and my goodness, from first base, he took off 9.07 seconds. Wasn't even a throw to home for a reason. 4th fastest player in MLB this season when it comes from first to home. Pirates up 1-0 there. But then Cruz would take care of it with his bat as well. This is a hard hit ground ball to right field. That gets Brian Reynolds around third. That throw would not be in time. An RBI double for Cruz. He made it to third after the throw, by the way. Skeens gets back-to-back wins, and the Pirates get the win 6-0.
Moving along, Dodgers and Red Sox at Fenway. Mookie Betts back in Boston. It's been a struggle all year for Mookie, but he delivers here, scalds one into center field, and that'll bring in a run. And LA goes up 3-1 in the 4th. Moving along to the 5th. Roman Anthony, the rookie, stepping in. And Anthony going the other way and banging it off the monster. Abraham Toro running hard. Ball gets away.
Oh, get home.
And Anthony got to get into third base. First triple of his career. Red Sox down 3-2. Next batter, Alex Bregman. And he didn't miss. Off the National Car Rental sign, way up there. The 2-run shot gives Boston the lead. Alex Cora fully engaged. To the top of the 8th we go. Dodgers put 2 on. Teoscar Hernandez up the middle, but Cedar Rafaela the catch, and then the dive. They initially say safe. Red Sox challenge. Nah, he got there. Beat the runner back, and the Red Sox take 2 of 3 from the Dodgers, 4-3 the final Sunday.
Elsewhere in the AL East, the Blue Jays were visiting the Tigers. Max Scherzer on the mound for his 41st birthday. Bottom 3, no score. Gleyber Torres with 2 on and 2 out. That's a opposite field 3-run jack. Quite the gift to Max Scherzer. Tigers up 3-0. Bottom of the 6th, though, Scherzer was still on the mound, and he would find a little bit of revenge for one Gleyber Torres. That is a strikeout, and then Kerry Carpenter to end the inning. 7 innings goes Scherzer, his 31st career game with 10 or more fans and no walks. Only Randy Johnson has more such games all time. 8th frame now. Tigers still up 4-0. Torres this time with a runner on third. Lines a base hit to center. Javier Baez comes in to score. Tigers put up 7 runs in that inning and will go on to win 10-4. Now the big dumper continues to do big things. The big fella reached 40 big flies on Saturday, and the dump trunk is making its return on Sunday. They were facing the Angels, top 7. And Riley, a 2-2 pitch is all the way up out of there. Watch it go by. It's his 41st homer on the year. 2nd player in Mariners history to hit 40 homers before August. Ken Griffey Jr., the only other man on that list. But the Mariners would lose 4-1 to the Angels. 41 home runs, and it's only July 27th since the first American League season in 1901. Kyle Riley is just the 5th player to hit 41 homers before August. And the company he keeps is elite Hall of Famers Babe Ruth, Jimmy Fox, Ken Griffey Jr., and Aaron Judge, who has the record with 42. Bad news for Judge is the Mariners have 4 more games here in July. D. Lloyd, T. Scales Hill here with you on SportsCenter. Phillies and Yankees. Yankees trying to get out of a little funk that they've been in lately. And bottom one, no score, Kyle Schwarber in left field, hoping to make this play. Does, but not at the expense of some jokes. Falls backward, feet all in the air, but the out gets made. We move on to the second. Bottom of it, Yankees down 2-0. Bases loaded. Ryan McMahon grounds one into right field. That would bring into the newly acquired third baseman doing what he does, just getting knocks. They would tie it at 2, tack on 2 more in that same frame, and now they're up 4-2 in the bottom of the third. Jazz Chisholm gets one out to left center field. Johan Rojas would make the catch, comes up firing. Bellinger would tag up, and JT Realmuto would tag him up. Across the dome piece, we saw it earlier as a top play nominee. You see it again, and it's well worth it. To the 5th frame we go. It's still 4-2 in favor of the Yanks. Otto Kemp, fly ball to center field. That one's gone. His second home run of the day. The rookie had 2 home runs in the first 34 games of his career, had 2 on the day on Sunday. Devin Williams would get Kemp out swinging there, though, and the Yankees avoid the sweep, winning 4-3.
The Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony today in Cooperstown. 5 inductees getting the honors. One of them, Dick Allen, who played for 5 teams across 15 seasons, hit 351 home runs in an era when there weren't a lot of homers, won an MVP award. Allen passed away in 2020, 3 months after the Phillies retired his number 15. Dave Parker, also a posthumous inductee, had a decorated career. The 1978 NL MVP, 2 World Series titles a decade apart, 7 All-Star nods, and MLB's first Home Run Derby title. Ichiro Suzuki, the first Japanese-born player elected to the Hall, just 1 vote shy of unanimous selection for Ichiro. If you add up his MLB and Professional Baseball League hits, he'd have more than Pete Rose. One of 20 members of the 3,000 Strikeout Club, CC Sabathia, won the 2007 AL Cy Young with Cleveland before going on to be the ace for the 2009 Yankees. That, of course, is New York's last World Series winner. And Billy Wagner got in on his 10th and final appearance on the ballot. 422 career saves, 8th most in history. Wagner, the first left-handed pitcher as a primary reliever to get into the Hall.
Nothing is impossible. Not even a 5-foot nothing, 100-pound nothing, making the Hall of Fame.
My mom is the reason I'm a baseball fan. And fans turn into players who sometimes turn into Hall of Famers.
Baseball was his first love. He used to say, I'd have played for nothing. And I believe he meant it. But of course, if you compare today's salary, he played almost for nothing.
Pops wanted me to leave everyone with this poem that he wrote, that he gave me a long time ago. And he said if he ever made it here, to read it.
I hope I can uphold the values of the Hall of Fame. But please, I am 51 years old now. So, easy on the hazy.
In the Hall now, you can't take that away. That statue better look good. You know I got a pretty face. Top tier athlete, fashion icon, sex symbol.
And thank you most of all to the great players sitting behind me. I am so proud and humbled to join you as a Hall of Famer. Even Ichiro, who stole my Rookie of the Year award in 2001.
3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers. Well, all but one of you. And by the way, the offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired.
I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't left-handed. I wasn't supposed to be here. There were only 7 full-time relievers in the Hall of Fame. Now there are 8.
Thank you for believing in him. And thank you for finally bringing him home. Thank you.
Baseball taught me what it means to be a professional, and I believe that is the main reason I am here today.
We're joined now by our Hall of Famer and resident historian, Tim Kurkjian. This guy, Ichiro, has had just a singular career, spent so much time in Japan at the beginning of it, and then just, all over the hits chart at the end of his career in MLB, and also sort of ushered in this golden wave of players from Asia, Japan, that whole thing. Tell us a little bit about his imprint on the game, Tim.
It was an enormous impact. Only player in Major League history to get 200 hits in each of his first 10 seasons. Had 262 hits in 1 year, which is still a Major League record. And David, here's how good he was. First year in the league, there was a pitch that bounced in front of home plate, and he hit a bouncing ball into center field for a hit. I called Pat Gillick, the Mariners GM, the next day and said, "What was that?" And he said, "Oh, he used to practice that all the time in Japan." But David, he wasn't just a great hitter. He was a great base runner. He won 10 Gold Gloves and had one of the great throwing arms I've ever seen.
And I love the fact that there's a little nugget here. He spent this morning before the ceremony doing long toss and other baseball drills, just part of his workout at the age of 51. So runner-up to Ichiro for AL Rookie of the Year in 2001, CC Sabathia. He's in. And also another left-handed pitcher, primary reliever, first lefty to get into the Hall, Billy Wagner, and he does it on his last try.
Right, 422 saves, 2.31 ERA, and had 11.9 strikeouts per 9 innings and allowed 6 hits per 9 innings for his career, the lowest rate of anyone who threw 900 or more innings. And David, he's a naturally right-handed player who broke his arm twice at age 6 and had to become left-handed. So he told me a story recently. Kenny Rogers, another lefty, deep into his career, said, "I think I can throw a baseball farther than you can with my right hand." So Kenny Rogers threw it into the outfield, pretty impressive. Billy Wagner picked it up and threw it over the outfield fence and looked at Kenny Rogers and said, "I'm naturally right-handed."
Okay. Unbelievable stories that you have. Kind of a sad note to today's ceremony. Dave Parker finally got in and died just a month ago. Didn't get to hear the applause and experience the moment. For those who didn't get a chance to see this guy play, tell us about the Cobra.
The Cobra was amazing. For a 5-year period in the National League, he was the best player in the game. He won 2 batting titles. He won an MVP. He was an enormous man, and yet he could really run. He was an elite defensive right fielder, had one of the great throwing arms I've ever seen. He had a presence and a leadership about him that not many players have ever had. And David, he used to wear a Star of David around his neck. And he was asked, "Why do you do that?" And he said, "Well, my name is David, and I'm a star."
He also wore this T-shirt. "If you hear any noise, it's just me and the boys bopping." That was Dave Parker's big outsized personality and a great game. He and Dick Allen getting in posthumously. Dick Allen, my favorite player as a kid, as we talked about, unbelievable player in his own right. Tim giving us some historical context and telling us some stories about 5 deserving ball players going into Cooperstown on this day.
The Mets sweep the Giants to make it 7 wins in a row. That ties the team's longest win streak this season, which was back in April. New York moved a game and a half ahead of the Phillies in the NL East. The Mets have had the Giants' number as of late, dating back to last season. They've won 4 straight games against San Fran, tied for the New York's longest win streak in the series over the past 10 seasons. San Francisco was 41-29 through their first 70 games and tied with the Dodgers for first place, but they are now struggling 13-23 since June 14th and now 7 games behind NL.
And tonight's hero, Juan Soto, joins us now, the man who hit the go-ahead home run in the 7th inning. So, Juan, take me through that at-bat when you put one out.
Well, for me, I just tried to put a ball in play, tried to make a good swing. I faced him last night, and I don't know what he got, and I just tried to work with it.
I know it had been 9 days since you hit a home run. You're a home run hitter. Do you start to get a little anxious when you haven't hit one in a while?
No, I just try to keep the same approach. Sometimes it takes a while, you know. Sometimes you're facing the different pitchers. Sometimes they're attacking you. Sometimes they're going around you. You just got to be patient and wait for your moment.
So, Juan, I'm watching you as you're rounding first base. You're pointing to it looks like your ring finger. What is that gesture all about?
No, that's the thing with my guy, Antoine Richardson. He just got engaged. So I told him I'm going to hit a homer and do the finger thing for him.
Look at you. You got him an early wedding present, Juan Soto. Nicely done out of you.
Yeah, Thank you.
With that home run, you reached 25 on the season. 5 straight years, Juan, with 25 or more. Judge, Schwarber, and Ohtani, the only other guys to do that. How important is that to you to provide that kind of consistency?
I feel like consistency is all. That's why we work in the offseason, try to grind, put our bodies in the best shape to, you know, keep consistent. Don't go too high, don't go too low. Just try to be consistent every year. So really happy, and I feel like my offseason workouts have been working.
Yeah, the pop at the top of the lineup, pop at the bottom as well. Your teammate Ronnie Mauricio, he hit one into McCovey Cove, one of his 4 hits. What did you think of what Ronnie did tonight?
I think he's unbelievable. His power is just incredible. Really happy for him. He's been grinding, trying to figure out his swing and everything to put it together, and now he's seeing some results. So really happy for him. He's been swinging the bat really well lately, and I think he's going to help us for a long time.
Everyone seems to be swinging the bat and playing good baseball right now on your team. 7 straight wins for the Mets. What is it like with this bunch right now?
I think we're just playing good baseball. We have one of the best bullpens in the game, and our starters are doing a great job from the top to the bottom. And then our lineup is just grinding, you know. We have hitters that can do damage from the top to the bottom, and we just go out there and grind.
Mets now a game and a half up on the Phillies atop the NL East after completing another sweep, this time in San Francisco. Juan Soto with the go-ahead home run joining us tonight on SportsCenter. Juan, we appreciate the time. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.